Alright, if you ever chatted with me, you know that I could ramble about cars all day long. I'm a straight up car nerd. I pretty much like everything, and I have like 80 dream cars. Last summer I talked about 3 inexpensive cars that I really want and I daydream about every so often. The first video I made, 169 views. Corolla XRS, the one you want, not the initial AE86 one, right there. Only 169 views. And then the one with the middle amount of views, Impala SS with the LS4. Go fast in a straight line for $5,000. This one has 786 views. And then the one I dubbed as a future classic cult car, Saturn Ion, red line, 1,732 views, and I dubbed it right there, future classic car. I even pinned it in the comments. Right there, I pinned it, stating this on 8/16/2018, non-edited, pinned comment. This will be a future classic. Okay, starting with the Corolla XRS, I don't think this will ever be a future classic. It was made in 05 to 06, so that was a while ago, so I would think that the import fanboys would snatch up this car now, but it's not happening. There was a newer XRS, but it didn't have a special engine. This one has a high red line, 8,300 RPM. And then the newer XRS, all they did was put a big 4-cylinder in it, basically a Camry base engine in the Corolla, so it wasn't a special engine like this one. But I think if this car was to become popular, it should have been popular by now, but you could get one all day long for about $4,000. Like look up, Acura Integra GSR or some car like that. A great condition one's going to be like $10,000. So this car is just not catching on, and I just think it's too boring. I like the car personally, and out of the 3, I would choose this one, but I think it just looks too boring. And I mean it when I say I would get this one over the initial D one. And then the Impala SS here, this has to be the most boring fast car ever. It just looks like an Impala, and I like it a lot, but the problem with this car is the Dodge Charger was made about the same time, and that's rear-wheel drive V8. This is a front-wheel drive V8. GM just stuffed a V8 in a ancient body architecture, the W body. I think the W body was like 15 years old, maybe even older, when they stuffed the V8 in this body architecture, but it's still a cool car. And it runs the same times as, your standard Hemi Charger. But yeah, people are going to pick a Charger over this for $5,000. So this will never become a future classic, I think. Maybe it has a chance to become a cult car. Maybe people just want an under-the-radar, plain-looking fast car. And that's it right there. Like, if you look at a Camry now, a Camry, I believe, the modern Camry is about as fast as this car, but it does look way fancier than this car. This car just looks really plain. And then the car I proclaimed would be a future classic. I think it's becoming a classic now. My small channel, this car already got 1,732 views. It has the specs. Even to today's standard, this car is competitive, so it's just a car that flew under the radar. It looks special. It looks kind of ridiculous. It has a body kit, and some have a more ridiculous spoiler than this. So, yeah, I think this car has the best chance, and I think it's becoming a future classic now. If you want to be different, yeah, you could be different with the XRS, but it just looks too plain. The Saturn looks a little more special, so I could see this one becoming a future classic someday. So those are 3 cars I kind of daydream about, and this is the one I think that has the best chance of being a classic cult car someday. What do you guys think has a chance? Like, I was thinking about this, like, why hasn't Hyundai and Kia really caught on? They haven't made a special small car yet. that's really, really good. They make good cars, but they haven't made something like that really stands out. And I think the Ion Redline really stands out because of how good the specs are on this car. So that's what's missing with Kia and Hyundai. They can't sell $60,000 cars. They got to sell something cheap that's going to capture people's imagination.